Parameters of renting a home or condo in the city of Clearwater. We've had numerous Airbnbs and VRBOs properties in all of our neighborhoods. What's being done to prevent nightly and weekly rentals?
I think that this is a huge issue, especially in our beach community. Right now we have a lot of short-term rentals who really aren't following the rules. So what happens is these communities need to call the police, take them away from something that the city should be handling on a daily basis. So it's very important that we are following the rules in place and that the city is finding people who abuse the policies that are enacted. So I would follow the rules. That's what I would do. I would make sure that our city officials are taking full action on those who abuse those policies. They know about it. I know that the Beach Association has contacted the city on many occasions. They're in constant, they have a good relationship with the police, but the city needs to do something. The city needs to be the backbone to make sure that those properties of short-term rentals are really short-term rentals and following the rules.
So I've only rented one Airbnb spot once, and it was a good experience. I know that most of the problem seems to be not with the people who own the properties, but with partiers who come and rent one of these units, and then just create a disturbance. I don't know how you can limit that. I do know you can call the police and have them shut it down, but there's got to be a way to better vet who is going to be renting your home if that's the case. I hate to see it not happen because it can be a great service for the homeowners and for the people who want to rent a nice, quiet, safe place. No, I'm not gonna mention anything else. There was a Scientology complaint against one person, but no, I won't.
Narrative.
Fine.
The normal method in Clearwater, as it is in every other place that I've been to, is to collect the first month, last month, and a security deposit. It usually equates to the same as you're paying for rent, and that's pretty high. Most of our residents that are barely able to make it have a difficulty in meeting up with that standard or having enough of that jackpot to be able to go into it. And what I found is when you do that, they are responsible. Now, to address the issue about the short-term rentals, I just talked to a resident in North Clearwater Beach. They live in a community there, which is a very nice community, very quiet, except on occasion when somebody comes in and rents it for a short term, and then they have a huge party, they go beyond, noisy, they go beyond the hours that are normal, they disruptive to that community. I think that we need to address it from a city perspective of how to address that and properly inform everybody of what the parameters are. We just cannot let somebody interrupt them and require the police come in. If this is a repeat type of a thing, we need to address it. It is important to be able to also address the property rights of those that own the property and be able to respect. So there has to be a balance there. We have to make people responsible for being good citizens, not being rowdy. And if that is an abuse that happens, we need to address it and control it. And I think it is happening. That's the complaint that I've been getting, and I will be addressing that in some kind of a means very quickly upon being in the city council.
All right.
I think one aspect of this is the aspect of home rule, where the state sets down different preventative things that cities can enact certain ordinances that deal with short-term rentals. So number one, I think, as a city council person, the weight of your voice is a little heavier. You can advocate towards that kind of advocacy in Tallahassee. when I've talked to people who live on the beach and are dealing, or anywhere in the city, I guess, and dealing with short-term rentals, part of the feedback I get is that these fines that are levied against the owners is just the cost of doing business. They just pay them, and that's the way things go. I think if you have a certain number of infractions, those fines need to increase exponentially. You know, we need to hit them where it matters. So perhaps we can do that. Maybe we can grandfather, after you grandfather in people who already have short-term rentals, but new ones, perhaps we can require that the owner live on the property or live within a certain vicinity of the property, so they're not out of state or out of the area, that we can actually go to that owner and deal with them individually. So that might be an idea. Increase the fine. We can strengthen the rules, but then we have to have, you know, the consequences behind it, the need to follow up. I think that's kind of what I jotted down for the short-term rentals. You know, you have to work within legal parameters. And then, you know, there's also, since I've got 26 seconds, I mean, there's this idea of kind of restorative justice where you're not, you know, significantly penalizing people, but you're coming together and coming up with a consequence that's more humane and that people can agree with. Perhaps that's an avenue to check out.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. So each of you will get 2 minutes to do a closing statement. And then, if you're willing, people that might have some questions, if you want to stay around for a little bit, they could come up and ask you individually. Okay, so I guess you're the first one.
All right. Well, here we go. I wasn't going to dwell on this, but it's not religious bigotry when you say Catholic priests shouldn't be molesting children. That's just humanity speaking. And in the Catholic Church, I remember when this news broke out again 10 years or so ago, there were half the congregation at a Boston church outside protesting and half inside worshiping. They're all deeply religious believers. You can be able to criticize the behavior without taking away the faith from anyone. And with Scientology, all I've been asking for years is just reform. Stop the practice of disconnection, where you force families to split up. Stop the RPF, the Rehabilitation Project Force, or these workers you see walking down the street.
What does this have to do with your job? Nothing!
Ma'am.
It has nothing to do with your
Ma'am.
job. You're just creating
So what we need to do,
using your
what we
platform
need
to
to
just
do
discriminate.
is try to help Scientology reform so people won't be afraid of going downtown and dealing with them. We need to show some good faith effort from the organization to show that they can be the good neighbors they pretend to be. One example is the Scientologist who owns the buildings where the Clear Sky restaurant is, for example. He's a great landlord. I have no complaints about him. If the rest of them can behave like that, well, that's wonderful. And I welcome them owning the properties and not interfering with people's business needs. I've been going downtown and shooting little interviews in different restaurants to tell people, come on down. There's great places to be downtown. And I would like to see the downtown come back to life. But this is a problem that we have to face.
Our city is huge. It is in the central part of Pinellas County. We have over 120,000 residents, and from Countryside, Clearwater Beach, North, Greenwood, our city is very diverse and very vibrant. I am going to make sure that vibrancy and that diversity is increased, is there. Because we have a beauty, we have something special in this city. And as a city, in the city council, I want to make sure that our sewer system, our water system is up to par, that when you flush that toilet, it goes somewhere. It is essential that these are the functions of the city. These are the functions that we do, that our streets are safe for our pedestrians, are safe for our bike riders, that our children go to school and are at school in safety, that we have the recreational means necessary to be able to make this a good city to live in. It is so important that we look at the communities that we have and make sure that we listen to them and hear what their needs are. I was at a meeting in which the Mexican community, which is very large in this, they wanted to utilize the rec department, and the rec department director said, well, why don't you fill out the paperwork? Why don't you do this process? There is a miscommunication in many of our communities of how to access that we need, and we need to make sure that that is addressed. In addition, that we need to have the ears of our citizens to make sure that when you say you don't want that condominium there, that we listen to you.
Thank you for being here and staying till the bitter end. Thank you for participating in our democracy, and listening and caring. I have been out in the community working every day for a number of years. It's not just because I'm running. It didn't just start a few months ago. And the reason I'm running is because it's a put up or shut up time. It's because the things that I care about and the things that I have been speaking about, not the things that I'm going to do, but the things that I have been doing, the city council doesn't care or is not taking action. And I told you about those values: economic responsibility, social responsibility, and environmental responsibility. Those things I will bring into office. When I go out and engage with residents, I truly care. I listen and seek to understand what's important to them. I want your voice heard. My table over there with my little flyers also has voter registration forms. I have vote by mail cards, they're postage paid. I have the guide to voting in Pinellas in both Spanish and English. I want you to be engaged. I want to know what you care about. And so with my 45 seconds, I'm going to tell you, please reach out to me. 2 minutes for a little answer is nothing. Please call me, email me, text me. If you want to sit down and meet, I would love to learn more about what's important to you. If you want to walk in a park and do a walk talk, that's even better. But I'm here to, walk the walk, walk the talk, whatever it is. I work, no one will work harder for you. I am retired. This is my passion. This is my love. I will be out there doing it, win or lose, but I'd rather do it with a little more power on the dais. And I need your help and support. Please join me, be part of it, because I'll tell you the other thing with my 5 seconds. One person doesn't make a change, but one person with a crowd in the audience, that's how change happens.
I want to thank you all again for coming out tonight, taking time out of your busy schedule to come here and listen to us and taking your place in democracy. I ask that you vote in this election not for someone just because they lived here for X amount of time, but someone who is going to represent you on the dais, someone who's going to fight for you every single day to make sure that your values are represented. I will do that. That's my promise. There is no leadership on city council. Everybody has said that. That is the reason why we have